Hi, this is Sue Jackson of the Book by Book blog, and I'm here with another Friday Reads. I thought I would mix things up a little bit today and record in a different location to show you some of our Halloween decorations. I'm here with my buddies, and I'm not going to be around much for the rest of the month, so which is why I decided to do this today. We're going on a vacation next week, taking our camper down to Virginia, hoping to catch some beautiful foliage in the mountains in some of the gorgeous state parks they have there. So I won't be recording much, not from home anyway. I will be doing my usual travel vlog, so you can look forward to that when I get back. But since I'm going to miss a lot of what is my favorite holiday season, I thought I'd do this today and just record in a different spot, just to get in the Halloween spirit. I did get all of our decorations up this weekend. Things are looking properly spooky around here, and this weekend we're hoping to go with our son to our favorite farm market. It used to be a big pumpkin patch, apple orchard, the whole deal. They had hay rides and a petting zoo and these like cool cutouts that you could pose with. I'll show you a picture. But yeah, these days it's just a farm market. They sold off most of their land, but it is still tradition. We asked our son if he wanted to go somewhere else this year. Now, keep in mind, this is our 25-year-old son. I'm not talking about a little kid. We asked if he wanted to go somewhere else because there are places actually closer to us that still have the full orchard and pumpkin patch and everything. He said, no, that's where we always go. So we will be heading out there to the farm market this weekend to pick out our pumpkins and to indulge in their amazing apple cider donuts that you can watch them making. They are hot and fresh and amazing. So yeah, so we're getting in the spirit here. And I'm getting in the spirit with my reading, too. This is what I've been reading this week, and I will probably finish it today or tomorrow. I'm getting really close to the end. Dangerous Lies by Becca Fitzpatrick. Now, this is, you know, if you watch my channel, I have a lot of books waiting to be read. We have an entire TBR bookcase in our bedroom, all books that we haven't read yet. Most of them mine. My husband's got a smaller stack on one side of it. And down here in the family room, there is still one shelf on our... That's our Halloween clock. I hope you can hear that. Didn't occur to me that was going to go off while I was recording, but that's perfect. Okay. So here in the family room, I've still got a whole shelf of YA and middle grade books waiting to be read from the days when I did more reviewing of kids' books. So I used to write reviews for Family Fun magazine, not just for books, but for all kinds of things for kids, toys and games and movies. So I do still read some YA and middle grade, but I'm trying to get through this old backlog. So this is not a new release. It's from 2015, but I remember that I asked for it because I recognized the author's name. She's the author of the Hush Hush trilogy, I think it was. I don't think I read the whole series, but I enjoyed the first book, so I know I liked her writing. And the description of this book really won me over because it's about a teen girl who's going into the witness protection program. I am fascinated with witness protection. I don't know why. It just, if you haven't seen it yet, there is an older TV show called In Plain Sight that we watched with our sons when they were like teenagers. So good. It's about the Witness Protection Program, also known as RIPxix, for those of us in the know. So anyway, that's what this is about. So this 17-year-old girl, she's from Philadelphia. She was named Estella, and her mother's a drug addict. She lives with her mom in Philly, and she witnessed a really dangerous drug dealer murder someone in her home. And so the federal marshals immediately put her into protective custody. They want to keep her safe. She's agreed to testify against this guy, but he's part of a big drug cartel, really dangerous criminals. So she goes into witness protection. Her mom, meanwhile, has gone into rehab. So she is starting over. She actually wants nothing to do with her mom because she's been parenting her mother for years, because her mother's just been addicted to drugs and unable to function most of the time. So her new name is Stella Gordon, and the federal marshals have taken her to a small town in Nebraska called Thunder Basin. So as you can imagine, this is a big adjustment from living in Philadelphia. And Stella, who is now Stella, doesn't have a great attitude at first, but small town life kind of grows on her. The woman she's living with, she's not quite 18 yet. At the end of the summer, she'll turn 18, and at that point, she can be out on her own. So her boyfriend, Reed, was also put into protective custody because he was there that night. He's in a different place. He's already 18. But their plan is that once she turns 18, they're going to run off together and live together. So Stella is not planning to stay in Thunder Basin. So, she's not big on making connections there or getting settled. But little by little, the town and its people kind of grow on her. Stella is staying with an ex-cop, an older woman who lives in a farmhouse near town. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Not everyone in the town is happy to see Stella or to meet her. So she's got some issues there. She's worried that one person in particular may know something about her secret, though she doesn't know how. So she is in danger, life-threatening danger. But at the same time, she's a 17-year-old girl. She hasn't had any family to rely on in a long time. And she kind of starts to like Thunder Basin. It starts to grow on her a bit. I have been loving Dangerous Lies. I've been staying up way too late at night reading it, really enjoying it. I have no idea how it's going to end. Things have really ramped up toward the end, and there's plenty of suspense here and action, but it is also, a really nice YA novel about a girl just trying to get by and find some place where she feels safe. So definitely recommend Dangerous Lies by Becca Fitzpatrick. And when I finish that, I will, of course, be taking several books on my trip, just in case, because you never want to take the risk of running out of a book while you're traveling. But the next one I'm going to read is When She Woke by Hillary Jordan. You've probably heard me talk about this book several times this fall. It has been on my shelf for a long time. It was published in 2011. If that author name's familiar to you, Hillary Jordan is the author of Mudbound. Wonderful historical fiction. This book's a complete departure for her. It is dystopian, about a future world where criminals have their skin dyed to match their crime. It's about a woman named Hannah who is a red, and red stands for murder. So very much looking forward to this. And I am fully into the Halloween spirit on audio because I am listening to Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I don't know how I missed this book for so long. I've heard a lot about it. I know there's a movie based on it, and so far I am loving it. So this is a middle grade novel. I'm listening to it on audio. It's about a girl named Coraline. She lives in a multifamily house that's split into apartments or flats. It takes place in the UK. And Coraline's bored. She doesn't have an awful lot to do. Her parents basically ignore her. And so she's lonely and she's bored. She meets some of the neighbors, but they're all kind of weird. And one day, there's this door, and when you open it, there's a brick wall behind it. And her mom explains, well, that's from when this was just one single family home before it was split into apartments. But one day when Coraline is exploring because she's bored, she walks through that doorway and into a parallel world, a world that looks exactly like the real world, but is different. Different in a creepy way. And there are people there that look exactly like her mother and her father, but she can tell they're not really her mother and her father, in part because they have button eyes, and they're much kinder and more attentive to Coraline than her real parents are. So she begins exploring this other world and soon finds some quite sinister things. So I won't give any spoilers. I am really enjoying this book. It's definitely dark fantasy / horror, which I don't read much of. But it's for middle graders, so it's kind of my speed in terms of horror. And it's a wonderful story. And the audio is a full cast production, so it is excellent. Really enjoying Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Can't wait to see how that ends as well. So that's what I'm reading this week. I would love to hear what you're reading, and let me know if you're getting in the Halloween spirit as well.